This is Dan White. I'm at the old White Oak Campground in Appling, Georgia, near my house. This old historic tabernacle was built in 1878. At one time, up to 2,000 people or more gathered here for old-time camp meetings. They camped all over the grounds here for up to 2 weeks at a time in the late 1800s and on up into the 1950s. Today, the campground is still active. They still hold a camp meeting in mid-August, but instead of thousands, only a couple of hundred attend. You get the symbolism of why I'm here. This is my review of the Miami and Middle Tennessee game at Hard Rock Stadium on September the 24th, 2022, with only an attendance of 49,000. But the stadium didn't look like it had even that many. Miami came in as a 25.5-point favorite against Middle Tennessee. Middle Tennessee was 0-20 against ranked opponents. Now, I had predicted an easy win for Miami. My prediction was 45-14.
What's going on, y'all, boys? Yo, what you think the score's gonna be?
The score about to be 42-10.
42-10. What you think? What you thinking?
Say about 42-15.
Nah, no 70? No 70?
No 70? Nah, we're building it up right there.
All right.
42-10, go Kings.
Yeah, what's going on, my guy? Yes, sir, yes, sir. What you think the score gonna be, man?
66-7.
66-7?
Yeah, I'm going like that, especially after last week. So, yeah, let me finish.
More running or more passing?
You're going to pass him more.
Pass him more?
Yeah,
All
but he
right,
need to run it, though.
All right, bet that. Oh, man. What you think the score's going to be?
Not you, Richard. Today?
Yeah.
It's 25.5, so I think 26.
26? All right, we'll take it.
Go Kings!
What you think the score's going to be?
What's that? 56-0. They don't cross the end zone.
What do I know? Miami was humiliated 45-31 by a fired-up Middle Tennessee team that came to Miami Gardens looking for the upset over ranked Miami at number 25. Miami has fallen now from number 13 to 25, and they completely disappeared from the AP rankings. I have some clips at the end of my discussion from Coach Cristobal and Middle Tennessee State University coaches Rick Stockstill's pressers at the end of my video. Plus, I've included a clip from analysts Gary Furman and Matt Shodell. So stick around to the end. I had predicted that Miami would go 10-2 this season with losses to Texas A&M and Clemson, win the ACC Coastal, and then battle Clemson in the ACC championship game. Boy, right now, I think they'll be doing good to go 6-6 and end up in the toilet bowl in Shreveport, Louisiana. One thing for sure, this old boy ain't making any more predictions. I've gone from angry to discouraged and disappointed to doubting that this season will be successful in any way. Middle Tennessee took us out behind the woodshed and gave us an old-fashioned butt whipping. Our players went into this game overconfident. They had all the hype about how great they are and how pitiful Middle Tennessee is. The Bible says in Proverbs 16:18, pride goes before a fall. And how far did Miami fall? To begin the game, Miami forced Middle Tennessee to punt and started their first drive on the Middle Tennessee 12-yard line. They incredibly, on our first play, TVD, God bless him, throws an interception.
Tailback, the Ole Miss transfer. You'll see a lot of Parrish and Jalen Knight and Rooster, who's getting healthy after being banged up first couple of weeks. Van Dyke to throw on first down. It's intercepted.
Picked off.
But the defense held Middle Tennessee to a 28-yard field goal. On the next defensive possession, Zaylen Wood for Middle Tennessee gets a 15-yard pick six.
That he is missing some of the targets, but he remains optimistic about the offense.
Oh, another reception. This might go into the end zone. It does. Zaylen Wood, a pick six for Middle Tennessee. What is going on?
And this is the play that made history, the first Power 5 team to turn the ball over 3 times in the first quarter.
That was Knighton who fumbled the football, and it looked like the Blue Raiders fell
No
in it,
way.
and they did. The third turnover in the first quarter against Miami.
And before I can settle down into my lazy boy to watch the game, we're down 10-0 and trail the rest of the game. We couldn't get off the map. Miami is the first Power 5 team in history to commit 3 turnovers in the first quarter. That's in history. 3 turnovers in the first quarter. Ooh, boy, howdy. The Hurricanes rapidly descended from a hurricane to a tropical depression. We were all depressed. On defense, Javari Harvey had a sack and Corey Flagg Jr. had a sack. There were no quarterback hurries. Our defense played, I'd say, fair. The lack of defense and a woeful offense doomed Miami. On the other hand, Middle Tennessee's astounding victory of 45-31 over Miami was their biggest win in program history. Their quarterback, Chase Cunningham, torched Miami's secondary, now get this, for 408 yards. That's right, 408 yards. They had 3 touchdown passes for touchdowns, the longest of which was for 98 yards, where Cunningham threw from his own end zone after an audible to wide open DJ England Chisholm, their 5'7" receiver with lightning speed. Our corner, DJ Ivey, he didn't have a clue. He was left behind in the dust.
Nothing on us down here in Miami.
Good job of the offensive line getting protection, but just a blown coverage. Absolutely blown coverage, and good job of keeping his feet all the way to the end zone. My favorite part, which you probably...
And in just 4 plays, Middle Tennessee had 327 yards through the air in Coach Rick Stockstill's air raid offense. Middle Tennessee had touchdown passes of 98.
And he'll go up top. Caught! England Chisholm for the second time today.
Wow!
A bomb to Chisholm. This one 98 yards.
Wow!
Cunningham from his own end zone. And they do it again in the fourth quarter.
Mitch Stewart, the offensive coordinator for Middle Tennessee. He runs, this is textbook. When you're down in your own goal line defensively, you got to be ready for 3 things. Hard count. That Middle Tennessee tried that. Miami didn't jump. And then
Oh boy, I mean, it was grasping at ghosts trying to tackle for DJ Ivey in a couple plays. It was really not where it needed to be.
71 and 69 yards.
Look at him, no gloves, no pads or anything on his arms.
Nothing.
Split down here at the bottom of the screen. Cunningham has a receiver
Wide
wide open. Hits him in stride inside the 30, and he stays on his feet. That's England Chisholm will score. deep. Nothing on us down here in Miami.
Good job of the offensive line getting protection, but just a blown coverage. Absolutely blown coverage, and good job of keeping his feet all the way to the end zone.
And another pass completion for an 89-yard gain that did not quite make it across the goal line. Now, Keyshawn Smith for the Canes did answer with a brilliant 91-yard kickoff return for a touchdown. I enjoy watching that clip over and over. The only bright spot that we have.
5'7", 150 pounds. That is not big, but he could fly.
Now Miami is in full-on desperation mode. Smith, this will help. There ain't gonna be anybody to catch him.
Oh my.
So the Canes get it back immediately.
Big play after big play. Keyshawn Smith.
That was it at that point.
Man.
But Miami could never dig out of the hole they dug for themselves. Boos filled the stadium. Thousands of fans were long gone. Miami offensive lineman Jalen Rivers remarked after the game, "We came into this game unmotivated. And we got punched in the mouth." Boy, I'll say. Safety Cam Kitchens said, "Everybody played horrible. Horrible." Now, here's the clips from Mario Cristobal's and Rick Stockstill's press conferences, plus I have added a clip from Gary Furman and Matt Shodell on some of their comments about the game. I want to thank you so much for watching. I still believe in our Canes, and I want to say, go Canes. We got North Carolina coming up in a week, and I'll have a preview on that game sometime next week. Again, thanks for watching, and God bless you.
Okay, obviously poor job by me. Poor job by our organization. Credit to Middle for doing what they did. So that being said, questions.
Mario, what do you tell your team after a game like that? Obviously, very disappointing loss. What do you just tell them after that?
The truth.
Which was?
They coached better than us. They played better than us. They were better. We didn't do a good enough job. There's no excuse. A real man look in the mirror, do something about it, and don't let it allow any cracks to happen from the inside. We all came here for a purpose and a reason. We got a lot of work to do. The truth.
It's always fun to do stuff that nobody thinks you can do. And coming down here, 26-point dogs, and kicking their butt like we did, because it was a butt kicking. There was no fluke to this. And just really proud of our team, the toughness that we played with. We were the tougher team here tonight, mentally and physically, and we got after them. We set the tone early, especially on defense. We got, I think it was their first three possessions were turnovers. This one down here, just with the history, the tradition of this program, everybody knows the U, and all the great players that have played here. This is pretty special, and to be a ranked team and beat them is pretty dadgum special, because we kicked their tail, and I ain't afraid to say it.
State head coach Rick Stockstill.
Oh, well, that was good.
2 goal line stands, we stop them down there. They ran for 194 yards against Texas A&M, the number whatever team in the country they were. They ran for 68 against us. They averaged 1.6 yards per carry. They gave us 1.5 million, but they got 1.6 yards per carry. But, I don't know where that came from.
Hey, I'll tell you where it came from, Coach. It came from your soul. Hell, you talking about? It came from your soul.
Let's redirect all the anger, okay, everyone? Let's just redirect it all right I don't even know where the hell is Middle Tennessee? I don't even know where the hell it is. But let me tell you something. That guy is the worst winner I have ever seen in my life. And I'll tell you what, he better not ever run into Mario Cristobal on the recruiting trail or something. But their quarterback completed 16 to 25 passes for 408 yards and 3 touchdowns. It was the first time in this century that a quarterback threw for 400 yards in a college football game with 16 or fewer completions against FBS competition. But this guy is just totally out of control with his media appearances, with the things he's saying on them, with the way he's, poking at the Hurricanes and their dominance and everything. So all this anger that has been pent up about the Miami quarterback debate, competition, whatever you want to call it now, controversy, I would like to see everybody just rechannel it all. Just rechannel all that anger and find a way to redirect it to Rick Stockstill. Send him emails, whatever. Because, this is insanity. What I just played, Matt, is on top of what he said after the game.
Forget the game even happened, okay? The program's first coach's nickname was Mutt. 2 coaches later, the guy was killed under mysterious circumstances. Some people think it was a suicide. I mean, this program, this coach was at FSU as a player. He was at South Carolina as a recruiting coordinator, tight ends coach. I mean, I don't care about the Middle Tennessee history. There's your history lesson. That's all we need to know. Move on like the Hurricanes. I don't want to hear Middle Tennessee again.
Thank you so much for watching. It's time to move on.